What's up guys, it's Average Owl making average content for the average viewer, and today I want to discuss something that I'm seeing thrown around a lot within the Call of Duty and Battlefield 2042 communities, and that is, could or will Battlefield 2042 kill Warzone? Now before we go too far into this video, I feel like I should just preface what I'm about to say by just saying that everything on YouTube at the moment seems to be dealing with absolutes. This means that you have to say definitively that Call of Duty is better than Battlefield, or Battlefield will absolutely destroy Call of Duty, and this just isn't true. I'm not saying in any way, shape or form that one franchise is objectively better than the other. I might say which one I prefer and which one I would like to do well. However, I'm not saying that they cannot coexist at all. And I feel like this is where a lot of people are going wrong within both of these communities at the moment. People seem to think that Battlefield can only succeed if it absolutely decimates Call of Duty and vice versa, and I really don't think this is the case. That being said, what we can talk about is which game will end up being crowned the most popular game at the moment. For example, a couple years ago, the whole world was taken over by Fortnite, a game that for many people really didn't resonate with them, but for a lot of people it did, and a lot of people enjoyed it. Fast forward a couple years after that, and enter Warzone, the next game to take the crown, and the game that would become the biggest game in the whole gaming community at that time. Now right now we are at a turning point, we're at a crossroads. One way, Warzone could continue to grow and become even bigger than it already is with the release of Vanguard, and the other way makes room for a new title to enter the fray. And personally, I think that this title could be Battlefield 2042. Now look, I don't want to talk about all of the bugs and the issues that we had within the beta, because by now I'm sure that has been talked about to death. I want to talk about the merits that Battlefield 2042 has and the things that I think it could do right that could bring in a huge community and could knock Call of Duty off of the top spot. Now look, before we talk about Battlefield, I do just want to say a few things about Call of Duty and where I think that COD has gone wrong, especially in regards to Warzone. Now, when a lot of people say what game is going to come and kill Call of Duty, I've said in a number of videos in the past that if anyone's going to kill Call of Duty, it's going to be Call of Duty themselves. And I'm not talking about killing themselves in like a we're depressed, let's jump off a bridge way. No, if Call of Duty's going to kill themselves, we're talking about tying a tie around their neck and just slightly leaning forwards whilst they jack it for about 4 or 5 minutes until they slip on the soap and perish in an autoerotic asphyxiation accident. This is the thing with COD. Although they are a massive, successful company, the practices in which they employ quite often lead themselves to shooting themselves right in the foot or the dick. If we look at Warzone and the current state it's in, there are a lot of issues that are directly correlated to the poor management and the poor design decisions from the very top. Yes, we're talking about Activision. The things that Warzone has going for it is, yes, it is free to play, so already they are accessing a huge market potential, because no one has to pay money out in order to play the game. That being said, up until this point, the Warzone content and the Warzone cycle has been extremely lackluster. As someone who was quite avid in covering Warzone in its first year, I can tell you that not a whole lot has changed since then. Yes, we have had some more weapons, and yes, they've made it all sepia tone now with Black Ops Cold War's integration. They've added all the Cold War guns, but the map still remains largely the same, and there haven't been enough changes, and for a lot of people, myself included, Warzone has become super stale. Enter Battlefield 2042. Battlefield as a franchise has always been a close competitor to Call of Duty. It is in no way, shape or form the same thing as Call of Duty, but people have always ended up comparing them because they are the two biggest first-person shooter franchises that you can choose from on the market. Now with Battlefield 2042, of course you are going to have the core Battlefield experience of the all-out warfare and the chaos in the vehicles and all the shit that comes with it. Now on top of that, we've got two other modes, the first of which is Battlefield Portal. Now already this is something that I firmly believe could go incredibly in Battlefield's favour. Battlefield Portal has got so much potential to keep Battlefield 2042 alive for the long haul. With Battlefield Portal, for those of you who don't know, we will be given access to a pretty much dev level game creation tool. This will allow anyone in the community to make their own game modes for Battlefield Portal, and on top of that, release these game modes to the whole entire community. What this means in the long run is that over time, when people become more familiar with these tools, the community themselves are going to be able to make some absolutely insane crazy things. In the same way that we have seen all the crazy stuff that people are able to make just in GTA 5 races alone, you can sort of imagine where we're going to go with Battlefield Portal. People are really going to be able to let their creativity flow, and I think that this is a massive plus for Battlefield. Now, I don't want to talk about Battlefield's core experience, and I don't want to talk about Battlefield Portal too much, because the one thing that I really think Battlefield 2042 has going for it in the long run when it comes to taking the crown off of Call of Duty is Hazard Zone. Battlefield Hazard Zone. We literally know next to nothing about Battlefield Hazard Zone, and on that note, we are going to be getting a full reveal trailer for Hazard Zone tomorrow. At some point tomorrow, we will finally know what exactly Hazard Zone is. However, for the time being, there are a number of things that we do know about it, and some things that we can speculate on that are honestly really exciting me, and things that I think could make Battlefield 2042 Hazard Zone an extremely popular game mode. The first of which is something that the devs have actually said themselves. They are saying that Hazard Zone, first of all, is not a battle royale, however it does rely on small squad tactics. This means you'll be in squads of say 4, and you'll have to go against other people within the world. A guy on Twitter that goes by the name of Temporeal has done a lot of data mining surrounding the Hazard Zone mode, and what he has found is that it's being referred to as a raid style mode, and there are a number of things that seem to suggest that this game mode could play something along the lines of Escape from Tarkov and Hunt Showdown. If you don't know what these games are, I'll briefly explain the premise. Basically what these games do is they drop you within a raid, within a world, and you have to collect your loot and collect certain amounts of intel and other things before making your way to the extraction. Now within this world you'll also have AI soldiers that are driving around and patrolling the map, as well as other teams of real players who are fighting over the same loot as you guys. The loot will basically be get in, get as much as you can, and get out, and you can decide whether you're going to fight these other teams off or if you're going to remain stealthy and try and get in and get out without taking any damage or any fire. If it's anything like Escape from Tarkov, then the guns and the attachments and stuff that you find and the money that you find within the raid can then be used out of the raid. However, whatever you decide to take back in with you the next time could be lost if you die. This gameplay loop has proved so incredibly successful. When you look at the recent leak that Twitch had, which actually released some of the top 100 earners on Twitch for the last 2 years, what was really surprising to me is that at least 5 or 6 of these top earners are exclusively Escape from Tarkov creators. This game has so much traction and it has so much popularity, yet it is only out on PC. Can you imagine if something in the same vein, under the Battlefield name, came out for all 3 major platforms? This could be absolutely huge. Now, obviously, I don't want to go too far into the speculation about what Battlefield 2042 Hazard Zone is, because honestly, I could be proved completely wrong tomorrow when we get the reveal. However, there are a few things that we really need to focus on for this to be successful in the long run. The first of which is that if Hazard Zone is going to have any shot to take on Warzone, it needs to be free to play. It won't matter if it's the best game in the world with the best game design that we have ever seen. If it isn't free to play, the vast majority of the Warzone community will stay with Warzone for the Vanguard integration. A lot of these people might not want to spend another £60 on a game if they're going to buy Vanguard because they enjoy playing Warzone. What we need is a free-to-play service whereby anyone can jump into the game for free and get them hooked. Without that, I really don't think that Hazard Zone will stand a chance at becoming the popular sensation that we need it to if we want this game to succeed. Now, on top of that, if it is free to play, we run into the same problem that Warzone has, the thing that has driven a lot of people away from Warzone in the first place, and that is the sheer amount of cheaters. Now, as it stands in Warzone at the moment, pre-Vanguard, there actually is no anti-cheat whatsoever, and this is part of the reason why it's so hard to crack down on cheaters. However, a big problem that exists with games that are free to play like Apex, like Fortnite, like Warzone, is that when you do ban someone, they simply have to just make a new account and they can start again and start cheating again. Now, another thing that I am worried about is when you look at Escape from Tarkov, because of the way that the gameplay loop is, where you go into a map and you search for loot and then you take it out and then that loot has worth to you. Because of that, there is a huge issue within the Tarkov community of people paying cheaters to go into raids for them, kill everyone so they can scoop up the best loot. What this means is that even though Tarkov isn't free to play, these people are making so much money off of cheating that they are able to just simply buy another account anyway. Now, The saving grace of this is that potentially Battlefield 2042, using the easy anti-cheat system that EA DICE has said it will be using, apparently they're going to have a no tolerance on cheating, and they will be able to hardware ban and IP ban people who are cheating. But look, this remains to be seen. Obviously, we don't know enough about Hazard Zone to make any of these assumptions just yet. In the long run, I really don't think that the core gameplay of Battlefield 2042 is going to be enough to pull all of the people away from Warzone. The community for that game is so deeply rooted in Call of Duty that I really don't think there is any hope of pulling them away from that with a standard Battlefield game. Now, for me personally, I'm completely done with how Call of Duty has been treating its community for the past few years, and obviously, yeah, I love Battlefield and always have done, so Battlefield 2042, regardless of Hazard Zone, is going to be the game that I want to cover mainly over at least the next year. But that doesn't mean that a lot of people feel the same as me, and I really do think that without a free-to-play, Battle Royale-esque mode, I don't think Battlefield 2042 will or can kill Call of Duty. But anyway, that's about all I want to talk about for this little video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Now, for those of you who have watched me for a while, you'll know that I love to see who sticks around until the end. So if you're still here, I'd like you to let me know by answering this question down in the comments. Do you think Battlefield 2042 could kill Call of Duty? Anyway, that's it from me today. I'm Average Joel. Peace.